What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. It is your host, Trent James, and I hope you are all doing well. So I had to do a second part to my video that I did yesterday involving Deputy Alex Thong with the Mendocino County Sheriff's Office in the northern part of California, getting arrested on January 12th for domestic violence against his presumably now ex-girlfriend. And he has since been released as of January 13th at about 2 o'clock in the morning because he bailed himself out. So since I did that video, I got inundated with emails, texts, calls, DMs on social media from people that are involved in this incident, prior incidents, related to people that have been involved in some of these things with Deputy Alex Thong. And I felt that it was important for me to share them with the public because we all know that the sheriff's office and all law enforcement entities there, including the Ukiah Police Department, the police department really does not provide the public with any information. They like to hide behind a lot of things like it's a personnel issue, we can't talk about it, or it's an open case, we can't talk about it. That's code for you don't know what to do right now and you're trying to figure out the best way to protect your reputation. At the end of the day, everybody in Mendocino County, anybody watching this, it's all about the reputation of these departments. That's all these guys care about. So to protect the whole, sometimes you have to protect one individual deputy or officer, right? Because whatever they do, it's going to reflect terribly on the department, right? Just like when I dropped a few of those videos a year or 2 years ago on Lieutenant J.D. Comer with the Mendocino County Sheriff's Office and the kid porn case that was at his house that they tried so hard to keep a secret. And then only when I did a video about it, they had to finally address it, right? And they still lied. The Kindle still lied his ass off. But that didn't get talked about up front, right? Because that would have reflected terribly, and it did, on the sheriff's office. You have a lieutenant there that has kid porn being watched at his house. You know, they supposedly said it was his 23-year-old son when his son was in Texas at the time, right? But that's how these places operate. Everybody Google Jason Cox, Deputy Jason Cox in 2010 in Ukiah, and the case involving him. It's very interesting. And it involves an old lieutenant with the sheriff's office there in Ukiah, Shannon Barney, who's a criminal. Two other cops that used to work for the Mendocino County Sheriff's Office that both killed themselves under very suspicious circumstances, especially Brett White and Tom Allman. And this lawsuit, Deputy Jason Cox presented, I'm not going to get into all the details. You can check it out. It was sealed. The whole case was sealed. NDAs were signed by Jason, rest in peace, by Judge Nadell to, quote, it was like something about like protecting the reputation of everybody involved with the community and the sheriff's office, because had a lot of that information in that case came to light, it would have destroyed the sheriff's office already shitty reputation, right? So that is what gets done a lot of the time. That's why yesterday when I mentioned in my video that Deputy Alex Thong had been physical with his other girlfriend in September of last year, and I covered that case on a podcast in front of 3 witnesses, a cop, dispatcher, and his wife, cop's wife. Why a documentation report was taken on that and Alex was not arrested. Ukiah PD let that go. The sheriff's office didn't care. They gave Alex a week off of work paid for stress leave, right? To protect the imagery of the sheriff's office, right? That's what this all comes down to. And Sheriff Kendall and the captain there, Quincy Cromer, they're going to lie to you guys. They're going to try to say whatever they can to save face. Of course, they're never going to admit, yes, we are covering for our guys, everybody. Yes, we are. Yes, we have lied. No, they're obviously never going to say that, right? So I'm here to provide you guys with the information. So aside from all the women that have hit me up, since I did that video yesterday, some of his exes, people that have been friends with his Alex's exes or people that know him, thank you for doing that video. The guy's a psycho. He's insane. He's going to kill somebody. He hit my friend. The list goes on and on and on. Also, people that live in Alex's neighborhood, because on January 12th, Alex was arrested at his house in Ukiah, right, in city limits, in the jurisdiction of Ukiah Police Department. And his neighbors, he lives in a family neighborhood. So lots of families there, lots of people. So as a collective, they are all scared to death of Alex. All of them, for the most part, have heard major verbal disturbances and physical disturbances coming from inside of his home, in front of his house. There was a individual in his that lives near him that saw him grab a girl, one of his girlfriends prior, by the hair and drag her inside the home. They have all heard or seen things over the years, but they've all been too afraid, justifiably so, to report it because he's a badge and a gun and he's a cop in a small, corrupt community. So Sheriff Matt Kendall and Chief the Ukiah Police Department, Cedric Crook, how come all these people, these victims of domestic violence, that have also relayed to me that they've been afraid to come to you guys because they know that it's just going to get covered up, nothing's going to get done? Same with the people in his neighborhood. How come everybody is telling Trent James this, that they're afraid to come talk to you guys? That's probably a you problem, right? Right. So the excuses don't work anymore. Kendall and Crook, they don't. The community has zero trust and faith. Not all of them, but a lot of them. That's what I'm hearing. Right? That's something you guys need to definitely take to heart. That's crazy. And everybody listening, I want to cover a couple different things. But first, the incident, and so what I had said yesterday is Alex Tong's most recent girlfriend. There had been domestic violence incidents, and she had relayed that to somebody that she knew. And I said yesterday, this person went to the Ukiah Police Department to report it on her behalf. So this guy goes in, says, "Hey, this girl's informed me that she's been, you're a cop here, and Alex Thong in this county has hit her more than once." Right. And so this officer does what he's supposed to do, because as a cop, when you commit a crime, it gets investigated differently than a citizen. Yes, there is preferential treatment that goes into this, of course. But this officer took this guy's statement, reporting party, and took it to his supervisor, who's a lieutenant. Very short time later, at a gym in Ukiah, this is what I said yesterday, right? A verbal confrontation argument ensues because Cedric Crook, I hope you're listening to this, bro, because your guy, your subordinate, notified Deputy Alex Thong that this person came in to report a crime against him, violating his privacy rights, the fact that he made a report in confidence, and he's a witness in a roundabout way to this domestic violence crimes. So your guy just put this individual, this reporting party, his life in danger directly. Okay. So everybody listening, what happened was Lieutenant Doofus with the Ukiah Police Department, that's had about 4 hours on the street, hits up Alex Thong because maybe or maybe not they're friends and they hang out and they've known each other for a while, right? Lieutenant Doofus, hey, what's up, Alex? Yeah. So so-and-so just came in here and said that you've been beating up your girlfriend. Yeah. Uh-huh. Well, yeah, I will see you at the Thirsty Axe later tonight. Bring lube. Bye. Right? So then Alex hits up his sidekick, Lackey, who's a barber there in Ukiah, who has also been arrested multiple times for domestic violence. I know because I did one of those cases against him where he beat up his girlfriend. Visible injury. Abusers hang out together, I guess. So Alex grabs his sidekick, and I'm sure they hopped into one of those, what are those things called, everybody? Like, it's like the old school motorcycles, and it has like the little side cart next to it, and you get in there and then you just, that's what I imagined what Alex and his little buddy did, right? So they loaded up, headed to the gym in Ukiah, and there are several witnesses to what I'm about to tell you in the gym, including a current deputy that works at the Mendocino County Sheriff's Office. Okay. Multiple witnesses. This is so loud. So they hop out of their little vehicle there with a little side cart, go into the gym, see the person that the Ukiah PD supervisor had just told Alex that had reported him. going to the gym, and Alex and Sidekick are like, confront this guy right away. Hey, what the fuck? You know what? Alex is like, why the fuck are you reporting that to Ukiah that I'm doing this? And little sidekicks there. Yeah, why are you doing that, man? Alex is a good guy, you know, or whatever. That's why I just imagined he sounded like, right? And then um, threatening him and saying all kinds of shit. And again, multiple witnesses. It was so bad that there were people, the witnesses, some of them that had to break this up before it became physical. Thankfully, it didn't. But threatening and intimidating a witness, Cedric Crook, I hope you're still watching because I'm going to teach you about the penal code as a chief there. Okay. And again, if you need me to, I can come teach refresher courses for your agency at any time. Just let me know. I'm a phone call away. Haven't changed my number since I lived there. So feel free. None of you guys ever hit me up. I don't know why. So check this out. Harassing and intimidating a witness to a crime. That's a felony. Can be a wobbler. It's a felony. Should be charged as a felony. Okay, because that's what they did. Your guy tipped off Alex that this dude reported a crime against him. Alex and little buddy went straight to the gym, confronted this guy, threatening him in multiple different ways. Harassing and intimidating a witness. First crime. Second crime. You still with me? Okay. Conspiracy to commit a crime because Alex and Sidekick got together. All right, man, we're going to go down there. Yeah, we're going to teach this guy a lesson, right? Yeah, we're going to tell him what he's doing. And I guess it's not cool, man. He can't be telling people I'm hitting my girlfriend. The little buddy's like, yeah, man, that's not cool. How could he do that? Yeah, let's go beat this guy's ass or, whatever. So they talked about that prior. That's conspiracy to commit a crime. Second felony, also a wobbler, should be charged as a felony. So Alex, still technically deputy Alex Thong, and little buddy, little sidekick, should be charged with 2 additional crimes: conspiracy to commit a crime, harassing, intimidating a witness. Both of them. And I just informed you that a felony has been committed, so you can that's probably still a little late. Maybe do a Ramey warrant with the DA's office and then go rearrest both of them. You're welcome. If you need to know how to write that, I can help you too. Okay, I charge though. So, and then a separate incident later, like I said, that a concerned neighbor called in on January 12th, domestic incident that led to Alex Thong's arrest, where he reported to have come out of his house after 30 minutes with his hands up. He's like, what the fuck is going on, guys? What are you guys doing in my front yard? I have no idea. This is so confusing for me. It's almost like I already knew this was going to happen, right? Comes out, gets cuffed up by Ukiah police guys, Ukiah PD, and he's reported to be sitting there joking around with these guys, laughing. Not a big deal. It's all good. Yeah, we got to take you to jail, bro. You know how it is, Sure, man. So that's how that went down. Okay. And I hope that the person that reported that to UPD, Chief Crook, you're lucky that because your guy said what he said to Alex, tipped him off. You're lucky Alex didn't go down to the gym with a gun and shoot this dude. That blood would have been on your hands. But I hope this guy, when this is all said and done, sues the ever living shit out of your agency and wins. How much have you guys paid out over the last few years? I mean, come on, the illegal uses of force, the Noble Widelick thing, Chief Noble Widelick and all that, where he forced that girl on duty to do what he did. All these other issues where you guys beat up that naked guy that had mental health issues. And Kevin Murray, Sergeant Kevin Murray, let's not forget him. Millions of dollars you guys have paid out, right? You're probably going to pay out some more, I'm assuming, because you guys don't know how to fucking act right. You're so short-staffed, and people have been fired there, left also. That's not, it's just like every agency there. And you guys are having to promote people that don't belong in these positions. You need to wrangle your dudes. Again, call me if you need to, you need me to come down and do a training session or something on how to basic police these types of situations. Lesson number 1, I'll give it to you for free. If somebody comes to your agency to report a crime, do not go tell the suspect that person did it and provide them their information. There you go. I'll give that for free. Okay. So those are the issues up front here. All right. Now I'm going to show you guys a couple different articles and some other things really quick. Probably forgetting something here again. Maybe I'll do a part 3. There's a couple people that write as I'm going to use this term very loosely and in quotes on purpose. They're journalists in Mendocino County, and they wrote a couple articles. Um, what's funny about this is these people, that's what they do for a living. You know, they do that full time. I haven't had an active YouTube channel for like a year and a half. I've been way out of the loop on shit. And I drop a couple of videos, and all of a sudden I'm inundated with information, you know, sometimes firsthand accounts. But these articles that I read from the journalist there, one of which is a documented liar that has clearly failed journalism ethics. And it's up to the public to believe me or not, right? Y'all are ridiculous. You can't minimal info to no information in your articles. It's like I don't even know what happened. Alex got arrested for domestic violence, and that's pretty much it. It's pretty sad and lame. That's why I'm happy that I'm able to get the information that I get, and that's why I wanted to provide it to the public, because nobody else is doing so. But I'm going to take one of their articles and show you guys a couple funny things from it, pertaining to the sheriff there, Matt Kendall, and Chief Cedric Crook with the Ukiah Police Department. And I'm going to leave out the name of the person that wrote this article, because they really don't deserve it anyway. So here we go. Buckle up, everybody. So Mendocino County Sheriff Matt Kendall told us that Deputy Alex Thong had been put on administrative leave on January 2nd. He told us he couldn't reveal why because it was a personnel issue. Quote, "We're trying to cover this up the best we can." And yeah. Mm-hmm. Still trying to figure out what to do. But that's why Trent James is here, everybody. I'm here to tell you it's because of the verbal incident at the gym and then the domestic violence stuff, right? So you're welcome, everybody. That's why I'm here. I got your back with this information. This is the funny part, right? However, Ukiah Police Chief Cedric Crook, whose department is the agency in charge of the area where Thong lives, did explain we have had other disturbances involving that same deputy. Mm-hmm. Well, that's interesting. Hold on, let me talk about that really quick. You just admitted to the fact there's been other disturbances involving the same deputy it's going to be for domestic violence related stuff. Why has this never been addressed? Why did your agency, again with the liability issue, allow this to continue? Why was this not taken care of? Why were other things not brought to the DA's attention or to Matt Kendall's attention, which I'm sure it was? And he's like, just don't worry about it, right? You're putting the lives of these other women in jeopardy that he continued to date throughout the years because you guys didn't do anything. You just admitted right there, like an idiot, that there's been other disturbances. Go ahead and say it. Don't leave it vague. It's for domestic violence. We all know that. Because probably one or two of the neighbors actually did report it, did let you guys know. You know, you definitely knew that one in September of last year where your sergeant, I'm going to leave his name out of it for now because that's not his call. They had to go up the chain, showed up and did a documentation report only on a righteous domestic violence call with 3 witnesses, one of which is a guy that works for you, and you did nothing. Thankfully, none of these, it didn't cost any of these other women their lives, because that would have been on your hands too, just like the guy that reported this to your agency a few days ago. You know, hilarious and sad. Back to it. Okay, so that's hilarious, right? Zero transparency here. And Tonga's not a hell of a good officer. I worked with that guy. Guy sucked. Okay. And since I've been out of law enforcement, when I was doing my YouTube videos more regularly, I was generating so many complaints from the general public in just a whole different bunch of different people saying that this guy was rude, disrespectful. I was getting contacted by some women alluding to the fact that he was being physical with them, but wouldn't fully report it. He's done nothing of note at all. So no, he's not. He has not been a good officer, Quincy Cromer. Again, you're sticking up for this guy. You're deflecting, saying you can't talk about it because of personnel policies or whatever. You guys make up the fucking policies, man. Give me a break. You should be. Why is Sheriff Kendall not out there giving his own separate press release, not giving quotes over the phone to a couple of quote journalists, doing his own press release? Hey, like couple other sheriffs in the country do this. My guy got arrested. He got in trouble. This is what he did. This is his photograph. This is Alex Thong. This should be Matt Kendall, right? This is Alex Thong. He just got arrested for domestic violence. Unacceptable. He's immediately taken off the road. He has rights because he's a county employee. He's probably going to retain representation. We're going to investigate this. He's not coming back to work. Matt Kendall, why didn't you do that? You're not being transparent. You got called. You only are talking about this like everything else because you have to. Your hands are tied. When your guy got arrested, that's when you lost all control. You were not able to control the narrative anymore. You're still trying, you're still minimizing, and Quincy Cromer's still sticking up for this guy, saying he's a hell of a cop when he's not. He got in a shooting. That doesn't make him a hell of a cop. I did more, 100 times more than this dude ever did. And so did a lot of other guys that I worked with. He sucks. I don't know what you're talking about. Why are you sticking up for him? Why are you saying he's a good cop? No, you're giving him kudos when he just beat up his girlfriend. Quincy, you're supporting a domestic violence abuser. That's crazy. I don't know what you're thinking with that. The other thing I wanted to bring up to you guys too is the fact that this is very, unfortunately, very common. Not just with Alex. There's been other guys there that have hit their wives, hit their girlfriends, that are cops that have been terrified to report it, and they won't because of the backlash. It's a small community. They have to live and work in these places, and the cops, that they stick up for one another. That thin blue line bullshit runs deep. I'm telling you. Matt Kendall and Tom Allman can call me a liar all they want, but everything I've ever stated since 2021 on YouTube has come to fruition, hasn't it? Yeah. People have been fired, cops there, arrested, sued, and lost. You have no narrative anymore, Kendall. You're a little, I know you and Cedric probably get together like, yeah, we've been trout fishing and buck hunting since 1906, and you guys are covering for each other's agencies and shit like that. But this is 2025. Okay. Like I said in my video yesterday, you're losing your power. You're weak. Your agencies are rapidly declining. Also, Sheriff Kendall, I didn't see this in any of these other news sources in Ukiah, unless I missed it. Regarding another deputy with the Mendocino County Sheriff's Office. I don't know if Kendall talked about this either. Eduardo Escareno Davila, right? He was a deputy with the Mendocino County Sheriff's Office up until very recently. He's from Covelo. I actually do know this. I've met him before because he lived in Covelo when I was a deputy there. He was arrested for intimate touching against the will of the victim, molested somebody in her home. He was booked 3 days before Christmas, so less than a month ago, and fired immediately, pretty much. I think he was like pretty much fired right away. That didn't come out to my knowledge. He was a newer guy. Probably not a lot of people knew of him. And I forgot to mention this yesterday. A bunch of people were like, hey, man, why didn't you mention this guy? I'm like, sorry. I'm sorry. I actually forgot because I just did. I'm sorry. But that's my point. He didn't get addressed by the sheriff, Matt Kendall. He didn't say, hey, my guy, he's gone. This is what he did. Again, to protect the reputation of the sheriff's office. This is why Matt Kendall does not come out and do these press releases directly unless his hand is forced. He would only talk about that guy that I just showed you if he gets questioned about it. Like he gets a call from one of these news people, then he might provide a statement at that point because he has to, right? And also to tell you guys, so moving forward, this is typically how this works. Okay, so when a cop, and I've been, around, and even when I worked there, there's been guys that have been that committed crimes that have been cops, and the investigation works differently, like I stated. So more than likely, they're going to farm this investigation out to an outside entity, probably a different county, an investigator, either somebody that works with the police department in another county, or somebody that is a prior cop in another county. Back in the day, they used to do it with the DA investigators in Ukiah in-house. They stopped that practice due to the massive bias, and I was calling them out on it in videos. So after, a little bit of time, that stopped happening, and they started to go out of county. So whoever the out of county person is, this is the other issue too, is sometimes, is it's a small area, even Sonoma County too, right? Lake County, Napa County. These guys have been around so long, you get an investigator from out of the area that's friends with Sheriff Matt Kendall, the DA Eister there, police chief of Ukiah PD, Cedric Crook. And some of these investigations go just the way that they want them to go, right? So I hope that this investigator, again, man, investigator, whoever you're going to be, if you're watching this video, you can call me. I already did probably half your job for you without even trying in terms of information acquisition. Hopefully you're not biased. Hopefully you do what you're supposed to do. I understand the decision is not ultimately yours, but I hope that there's an accurate accounting from people that are willing to provide you statements from these multitude of witnesses. Okay. So I don't care if, you're out there on the ranch with old Kendall back in the day and you guys were, bucking hay and all that. Like, you better fucking be honest and document accordingly. Okay. Because there's major issues here, right? Ukiah PD put somebody's life, an innocent person's life that was trying to do the right thing, their life in jeopardy, potentially. They've ignored so far 2 felony level crimes, additional crimes, the conspiracy to commit a crime, intimidating a witness. Those need to be documented. Those should be submitted to the DA's office there, I guess. It's like so shitty. I wish that could get sent out of county too, but you have to do it in the county where the crimes are committed, unfortunately. And, I hope you go talk to all the neighbors. They have a lot to say about more than one woman. I hope you look into the fact that the police chief there said there's been multiple instances of multiple disturbances at this cop's house that are going to be domestic violence related. I hope you go look at the dispatch calls for service, see what those are all about. I hope you look at that documentation report I just stated, where there's the other domestic violence incident involving Alex from September of last year. I hope you review that to get a good picture about what's going on. Go talk to Lieutenant Jason Cadillo at the Mendocino County Sheriff's Office and ask why he authorized Sergeant Eric Raboli to drive Alex home after he committed domestic violence last year against his girlfriend and gave him a week of paid time off. Very interesting. Very interesting. Anyway, everybody, I hope I didn't forget anything. I think that's pretty much it. Maybe I did. I don't know. If I did, I'll do a part 3, But as always, thank you for watching. And it's such a sad thing that, like, nobody there, all these people that are reaching out to me, including victims of domestic violence, cannot trust the own cops in their county to do the right thing, because you got guys like Rich Van Buren, like Davila that I just showed you. They got arrested and booked. Alex Thong, Noble Weidlich, Kevin Murray, Derek Hendry, Steve Gray. The list goes on and on and on and on of sexual predators, domestic violence abusers, guys that are just out there driving around drunk and doing hood rat shit, and you're letting them go because it reflects poorly on you. Such a shame. And Matt Kendall, if you need me to come, do some trainings with your guys too, I'd be more than happy to do so. Just let me know. I will catch you guys in the next one. Take care.